All right, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your new project at Netflix. And sorry to start with a basic question, but it's leading up to something, I promise. Because shows take so much to develop. Did this one already, did you have it, were you working on it before Shonda Land got the deal at Netflix? And did that change the way you approach the material? I guess that's what I want to get to.
Yeah, I was a writer producer on another Shondaland show before Bridgerton Scandal. And as that show was coming to an end and I was looking for what to do next, I knew that I wanted to do something completely different than modern day political intrigue in Washington, D.C. And that's when Shonda told me about these books that she had. And that night after we met, I took the books home and I devoured them. I immediately fell in love with them. This was a world of escape. And I think escapism was really what I was looking for at the time. And I think it's, a lot of what audiences are looking for today as well.
All right, but one of the things that really impressed me about the show that it's not hammered, it's done in a really subtle way, and I'm not only talking about the music cues. It's sort of like the more things change, the more things stay the same. You do address very modern problems about gender relations and all that sort of stuff. So how is sort of balancing that into the plot that you get from the books?
I think, what was important for me was that the show is not just about the Bridgertons. It is about a world. It is about a society. That's why I added new characters and new storylines to the series. I think underneath this beautiful, escapist, lavish world, there is this running modern commentary about how in the last 200 years, everything has changed, but nothing has changed. And I think that's true for both women and men, whether we're talking about family or identity or sexuality and relationships and dating. I think exploring those modern themes was what I wanted to do with the show, and I wanted the show to relate to modern audiences.
Right, and it definitely does. So kudos on that. So let me ask you this, without spoiling anything: do you think your male characters would benefit from if therapy was around? Because I find it interesting that their conflicts are kind of like inner and self-imposed, as opposed to the female characters that have to deal with the sort of the circumstance of patriarchy. So, but you think that therapy is something that might change the behavior of your characters in future seasons?
Sure, I think so. I think it's interesting because the women were wearing these incredibly restrictive clothes, and they were literally tied into their corsets. And they wanted to bust out of them and find their agency, just as they do today. And the men also are just as trapped in an interesting way. Anthony Bridgerton is constantly torn between this duty to his family and his pursuit of pleasure, and he constantly has to balance that. And I think the same thing goes for Simon. He's a different kind of Duke for sure. He wants nothing to do with the marriage market. He has no interest in marriage. And I think uncovering why that is what makes Simon such an interesting character to explore.
All right. So my last question would be: I think Julie Andrews is just an inspired choice that you guys did. But if you could choose, who could narrate your life? Like, if you would pick somebody iconic to sort of give running commentary to your daily routines and going on, like, who would you choose?
I feel like the right answer is Julie Andrews. Honestly, I feel like she,
You
if
got your wish
I,
fulfillment here.
yeah, I did. We offered Julie the part, never in a million years thinking she would sign on. And, she ended up reading the scripts and loving the scripts. And I'm so happy and thankful that she did, because she brought so much to this role as the voice of Lady Whistledown. She is so delightful. And it's one of the things I'm really excited for audiences to get to hear, the things coming out of Julie Andrews' mouth as Lady Whistledown, because she says the most scathing things, but always in her bright signature Julie Andrews kind of way. And I would love, that bright voice waking me up in the morning and, narrating my thoughts all day. Absolutely.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, sir. Thank you so much for your time. The
Thank you
show
so
is
much.
addictive in the best kind of way. So congratulations.
Thank you. Nice speaking to you.